So, welcome to the demonstration part. We're currently logged into the association's integration test environment, and we can quickly have a look into the company details. So we can see I'm the semiconductor supplier here, and within the portal I can now scroll down to see my PURIS FOSS application, log into it, and as you can see I have different views. We're going to focus today on the materials view. So this is like the list view where we can do some filtering. So I could, for example, say I'll just focus on outgoing material. So the one I'm going to deliver to our control unit creator. And if I now click on it, it will open a detailed view regarding my production. And in the first part, I see my production as a supplier here. So I see my planned production outputs, shipments when they're going to be picked up or taken off for delivery. And finally, I see a projection based on the information I have from and based on current stock levels for the next few days. Based on these information, I can additionally calculate, or the application calculates the days of supply per day based on the projected stock and what's going to be consumed. And having the information of my partners at hand that I supply with that material, I can see information here regarding their demand, deliveries that are going to be shipped to them. As you can see, there's like 2 days of delivery time. One can see that directly. And finally, we also see their projected stocks and could drill that down to respective sites. We have not yet updated information, so that's why we can't see it here. If we now go down a little bit more, I can see more details regarding production on my respective sites. So this up here is a summary view, which I could also collapse to see just the very short listing and get into details per day in here. And the same can be done on the lower level of the dialog, where I will just see my per site production and how this is going to address my customer's needs per site. So as a summary and per site, my customer in that case only has one site. All right, so maybe let's do the PURIS logic, because in the dialog I also have the options to manually update information for production, delivery, and stock. This is just the outbound dialog. For the inbound dialog, it would be for the material demand, deliveries, and also for stock. But I would now like to refresh the information. As you can see, it refers to please reload the dialog later as we updated the information. In the background, the whole logic with EDCs involved, digital tune registries, and so on will take place. So, and as we had some information missing, I can go back to the previous page, go back to the details view and reload the page. Now it should be refreshed information. And as we can see, maybe in the summary, we now have information for material demand, incoming deliveries, and projected item stock at hand. So it's more detail. What's the easiest way for us to determine that there might be an issue is that the projected item stock is going to be negative. Obviously, it can't be negative because you can't have a negative stock, but it indicates how much delta of stock levels our customer has. And I might already analyze the situation. So the next week I see also have a deficit, but maybe let's scope for calendar week 10 in our example here. And I can see, okay, that I have at my first site no more stock levels at hand. So either I need to increase production here also as I get negative stock levels. Or maybe just for sake of completeness, I will do the first part before replanning. I will first address it by using stock I have at hand, and second would be to update my production plans, because I also see here a deficit, but maybe let's just do the delivery as one potential coping strategy. And if I now would call, for example, my customer has the same view on the information, so he's going to produce control units, but we're going to have a look at the inbound direction for the semiconductors. And same here, I can also refresh it and we'll see the same information but from a different perspective. So outside of the system, I would commonly now discuss what to do. As I already said, okay, I will schedule the delivery and will keep in touch with you regarding production plans. Need to update that, but maybe let's focus first on the deliveries. And here I would just say, okay, on my secondary side, I already have sufficient amount of stocks that I didn't ship yet, or have not yet been shipping yet for today. So misclicked. And we'll do it in the later shifts, so that hopefully, or aligned with my partners from logistics department, can be arriving at 10 in the morning, which will be sufficient to be there in the next 2 days. So there's sufficient amount of time to handle it in the inbound logistics at my partners department. So we aligned on these times because it's also crucial that we're aware of what's missing and how to handle it in the inbound logistics, obviously. And we're going to ship it as free carrier. So that should be done or be aligned by the respective information already. Great. So now that I have that at hand, additional parts should be arriving. And outgoing shipments here 800, and should be there tomorrow at my partner's side. So if I have a look at it, great. We'll be supporting here. That means that my partner tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, so Friday in this example, won't be out of stock. So I'm not going to do the whole rescheduling of the production here, but that gives a very good indication that the issue is going to be solved. And if I'm now going back to my customer, for example, I can also update stock or update information overall, not only stock. In the background, the logic will take place, and as you can see right now, so we have a delta on Friday. We will now have no more delta on Friday, and it will work out if I respectively update my production plan as a supplier. Great. That's it from my side. Thank you for watching our webinar series, or maybe even only the demonstration. Feel free to raise questions